Wow, wow, wow. Wow, this is so beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful performance from you there. Good morning, everyone. Hi, my name is Kike, your host today on the podcast White Reflections by Hadufe. White Reflections by Hadufe is a podcast that delves into the complexities of life and modern day family life dynamics. As you all know, on White Reflections, what we do is we bring people with real life experiences on the show to come share their experiences with us. Perhaps somebody going through something similar can benefit from it. And also on the show, we bring people with, experts on the show to share their wealth of knowledge with us. Perhaps also somebody going through something similar can benefit from it. Today on the show, we shall be looking at child fame and finding the sweet spots for your child when it comes to discovering their talents and what they know how to do best. You and I know that the gospel of what does my child know how to do best has been increasingly, out there, with a number of people finding out what their child or children know how to do best and investing on that child so that their talents and gifts can come out into the limelight. Joining me on the show today is Oreofe Sachs.
Thank you.
Hi Oreofe, how are you?
I'm doing good, and you?
I'm fine, my darling.
Thank
and
you.
Oreofe's dad, who happens to be a manager as well. Together today we shall be talking about how Oreofe's dad, I believe, or Oreofe, would be finding out how they discovered her talent and how she's been able to, cope in the entertainment industry with the fame that she has gotten over the years. Join us in this interesting conversation. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. My name is Oreofe Balogun, also known as Oreofe Sachs. Actually, at the age of 6, I picked the interest in saxophone, and the funniest part is that my dad is a saxophonist. So when I was at a very young age, I went to my dad one day and said to him, "Dad, can I learn this sax from you?" And my dad was like, "Okay, that's nice." From there, me and my dad, we started going for program. We started
Playing.
Playing out
performing.
there. Most time we go for free performances just to have a recognition, and that's what I can say.
Wow, Oreofe, I love your confidence. You're so beautiful, by the way.
Thank
Daddy,
you.
thank you, and thank you for allowing Oreofe, pursue a, God-given talent. That's so beautiful. Thank you. And I'm surprised that, she discovered a talent at the age of 6 by herself. And she did come to you to say to you that, "Daddy, this is what I want to do." That's phenomenal.
Yes.
Yes. Can you take us, on how that happened and how you felt, at that time?
Well, the truth is that, like your Bible says that whatever idol you have in your family that you are worshiping, you didn't show your children, the idol will perish. It's an idol that if you don't teach your children what you do, that will not exist after you leave.
Awesome.
And we have a role model in that has done well for us in this African country. That is Fela. We can see that all his children are doing well in the same field. And let me quickly take us to the religion part of it. The Bible says 1,000 years is like a day in front of God. And it says, "Give us this day our daily bread." And sincerely, if God has blessed an individual a daily bread, it means it's what that's supposed to sustain a generation. At least a man cannot live 1,000 years. So if you have something that you can eat for 1,000 years, maybe after you eat, you leave to your children. And that is the ignorance part that some people think is by accumulating wealth for their children to live on. It's not actually the way out. When you have a skill, put it in your children and help them to try to pave way for them and let them fly. You are good to go.
Wow, that's beautiful. So it is safe to say that Oreofe was actually born into this. This is so natural. Yes. Oreofe, I've seen you perform before. And that day I had goose pimples.
Wow.
Because I saw this, young little girl walk up the stage. It was last year, December.
Okay.
And I saw her with your moves, the dance moves and all of that. And, I was blown away. But I didn't get a chance to meet you personally that day, even though I wanted to, have a word or two with you. I would like to, are you in school, by the way?
Yes, ma.
Wow, that's so beautiful. So does
Thank
this
you.
make you feel any different
Not really, ma.
from your peers?
Not really, ma.
So Daddy, can you tell us, how does Oriofe act at home?
How does she?
Act at home, because she's a celebrity. She's so famous.
She see the truth be, sometimes when you go to program and she wants to greet people, no, celebrity don't need that, celebrity don't do that, and I'm like, this is our part where we are getting it from. Culture stands, religious stance, and training, domestic training. You get it? She's just like all other child. You understand? When we are in home, this is our family. Just like a lady officer in the work. When you get home, you are the wife. Do you understand? So when you are at home, you are a child. Most times when I go to events, I serve I'll carry the sacks behind her and I'll be okay, sit down. Being a manager, trying to fix things, I'll be running up and down. But when we are at home, Prophet, give me what I want to drink. You get it? So it's just like normal child, and she have to grow with that mentality that the fame is a privilege, not something to now be riding or take advantage of people over.
Oh, that's so beautiful. I mean, when I walked in here, I saw the way she knelt down and all of that, and that actually touched me, because the fame part of her, a part of her life, has not really gotten into her, and I'm glad that you were able to instill that into her. So Oriofe, can you take us on your first performance ever? How did you feel?
Okay, my first performance was a very shy moment. The first day I performed was at my church at the Children's Day. I was like playing children's songs and Christian gospel songs. I was always looking at the floor because I was always shy to face the crowd. And that's what I can say.
But that's not there anymore. I
Yes,
mean,
ma'am.
now
Yes,
the
ma'am.
confidence is there.
Yes, ma'am.
So, Daddy, I know Oriofe last year met with the former president. Was it last year or this year?
This
year.
February.
Wow. How was that? How did that make you feel?
First of all, I felt remorse. And later on, I was very excited and happy.
You were very excited and happy.
Yes, sir.
Wow. Oriofe, your trumpet is blocking
Thank
the
you.
camera. You were very happy.
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
what was the moment like? Because I saw the pictures and I saw everything, and I also saw you dancing with Honorable Abike Dabiri.
Yes, ma'am. It was really exciting, I must say. And it's just like a privilege for me, as my dad has said. And it was always fun. And how will I put it? The fame you get trying to do something with someone and you do it well, that's what's encouraging me more.
I'm so happy for you.
Thank you.
So,
ma'am.
Dad, moving forward, what's next for Oriofe in terms of education? Would you allow her pursue her education to the university level, or if she opts out, would you allow her
There's
Just
nothing
also-
like opt-out in education.
education?
And that's why we have many errors in the community, because like I tell people have this mentality with musicians that they are ruffians, and I used to tell them, I say you are this cause. Why we have musicians that are ruffians and they are influencing your children. If you have encouraged the elites to pursue that career, you will have elite reflection in community. But because you didn't encourage the elites, the street boys are taking over the music industry because they have nobody to say don't go there, don't do that. And when they get that fame, the same mentality has nothing to do with personality. If you are grown up on street, you don't have anybody to educate you on how to behave. If you become whatever in life, you still misbehave. And if you are nurtured well, that's why we encourage elites to go. If you see thousands of elites that are into music, they will not be coming up and be showing you wristwatch, be showing you shoe, or do you understand what I'm trying to say? So for her, she's going to pursue education till I don't even know if there's anything to call infinity education, because I don't believe in stopping learning. It might not be certificate, because one of the problems we have in Africa is that we cannot differentiate education from certificate. Going to school is for certificate. Being educated is learning and learning, improving knowledge. So for me, there's nothing like opt-out in education.
That's so beautiful.
There's
So
nothing
how has
like
it
that.
been managing your daughter and also being a father? How have you been able to juggle both roles
Let me say,
as a manager and as a parent?
personally, I studied music. I'm a musicologist and I'm a performer also. So I perform music around, and like I used to say, the obstacle that did not allow me to go far in the industry, I was able to trace it out. So now coming to Rafa, I'm like, okay, if this is the shots coming for me, let me take this advantage.
What was that obstacle? Can you tell
Thank
us?
you. The obstacle is any musician or anybody that is dealing with craft that doesn't have manager cannot go far. Because I cannot come to you if you want to do any function as a brand and still market myself. You need somebody to speak on my behalf. No, my artist is good, show you my page, show you things that we have done. So by the time you are seeing me on the performing day, the value will be there. Not that, the guy I saw him that day, is that guy now? Do you understand? So when I came in as a manager for my, when we first started, many friends called me, but no, people may not be calling you again, because all of them will be more attractive than, and I'm just like, what's the difference? It's just that the father runs a company, and he, before FCMB my director, the Balogun Shubomi, he has his son on the table, and he stepped down. So I see it that way. Let me just give all support. There's no big deal. I'm not about the picture. I'm about the family success. Exactly. If you have not come from a rich family, that rich family comes from you, I'm good to go. If I labored and have everything in the world, I'm going to leave it for them. So if it is this value that I have to pave way for them, let me put in my best. So I have to step down, leave some things that I do, like I teach in schools, I have to leave it to have time to invest on and the brother. So I really thank God because the result has been so encouraging.
Oh, that's beautiful. So is the brother, does the brother do music as well?
Yes.
Wow. His brother?
Yes.
He plays? Oh, so he's going to play who? He's going to play today. That's so beautiful. Do you spank her?
I do. In fact, when we first started, my wife will run to the room because I'm this type of person. I love results. I don't self-sympathy. I always tell my wife, I don't take her refer to programs so people can say, I'm okay, let's give her something. No. I want people to see value and feel like, I think we can show this girl to the world. There are two different things. So, and I've sensed that in this part of country, we sell sympathy so much, and that don't help people to fly. Sympathy can bring little attention and little donations you get. But when you have value, you attract people beyond your own expectation. And that's what God has been doing to help us out of.
That's so beautiful. So, Oriofe, can you play your favorite song for us?
Okay.
Daddy? Beautiful. So, Daddy, I'm coming to you now. What are the challenges you have faced so far in the industry? Can you take us on some of the challenges you have faced?
Well, it's just like the challenges. I won't call it challenges because you have to pay your dues. I would just say I pay my dues twice. When I was trying to build myself, I paid the dues. When I was trying to bring down stage, I have to pay the dues again. If I have to bring any other person, I have to pay the dues. When we were in school, we are taught about artist management, and I have that vision like many people need to know some people that don't have the privilege. And I discovered that God has blessed life, that you find talent where there's no material things. You find material things where there's no talent. So I think God intentionally do that to bless individual and not depend on us to utilize it. So one of the challenges is that we have to beg. You still have to beg to offer service. If we see posters, big concerts, we go there, call, okay, and that's what I said I lacked when I was starting up. I'll call the numbers on the board, I'm so, can we have 5 minutes? Our program has been in place, even if it is 2 minutes. So when we go there, people are like, this guy tried to, sorry, can I have your contact? Sorry, can I have your, as time goes on, we start having engagements, we start having privilege to meet dignitaries, and it's actually not a challenge to me, probably because I went through it before. So I don't see it as a challenge. Another part is, being a child, probably when we have some early engagements, she might still be sleeping, and I wake her, it's out of comfort, and I've let her understand that it is better you do this to succeed in life than sleep now and suffer in future. Life is a stage, you pay the price now and enjoy forever. So I don't see.
So have you ever had to reject any job on her behalf?
A lot.
Why?
Lot. Yes. Sometimes based on the terms of negotiation. Sometimes, okay, like if I can sense the audience that are coming to the event that are not healthy for her, I have to reject the offer.
Irrespective of the money involved.
And even sometimes, it's not, if even as at present we are not really about, it's only that we abuse things in this country. It's not still about the money. It's still about people knowing that there's a brand called Saks that need exposure. People need to invest in that. Institutions need to invest. Like I always say, stipends is no money. So that's why you should not be about stipends. We keep increasing in value. So the more the value, the more we attract good things around. I'm still waiting for brands. That's when we like, okay, do you understand? And as a president, she's an ambassador in your state.
Wow, ambassador.
Yes. To the chairman of sport and youth and sports.
Wow, that's so beautiful. That's
Thank
so
you.
beautiful. Oh, that's fantastic.
Thank
I'm
you.
so glad to hear that.
Thank
what
you.
does she do in that regard, in that capacity?
In that regard, anything that deals with entertainment, she comes in.
She comes in. Oh, that's fantastic. That's so beautiful. So, Daddy, I want to ask, when it comes to financial responsibility,
that has been brought there. That, like I first said, I have to drop a lot of things to focus on I and the brother, and God has been so faithful. The responsibility, I still do a lot of things. I still teach in schools. Now that she has picked, so I have to, let me take some other things, because engagement is not always every day. But I have this grace, management is a key, regardless of what you are earning. So we've been coping.
But does she make her own money?
She does.
And where does her home money go to?
She has an account. And like I've rightly said, it's still not about the present money. Because the little you are still gathering is, like some people will jokingly say, it is when you have enough that you save. But I don't take that as an excuse. Instead of saving, we reinvest. We buy gadgets, we expose her to a lot of things. She do online classes, the dancing class, aside me teaching her, we expose her to some online courses, music, and those stuff.
And you monitor her at every stage?
Always.
Okay, so I was going to ask, so does she take dancing lessons? Alongside dancing lessons?
Yes, she does.
Okay.
She does.
Because her moves.
But it's most time online classes.
Okay, online classes.
Not like we have a teacher that we expose her to some dancing videos and stuff, and she practices at home.
Okay.
And we're always together.
So your friends, or your friends at school, how do they treat you?
They treat me as a celebrity that I am.
But you are, I love that.
Thank you, Mom.
I'm still, you're still going to take me to Aso Rock anyway. No problem. Because you've been there, I've never been there. So I'm going to tag along the next time you're going. So tell me, they treat you like a celebrity that you are. I love that. And you're holding it. So that's so beautiful. So do you have a best friend in school?
Yes, I do.
Oh, so who's your best friend?
Actually, there are two.
There are two? Okay.
Yes. Ire and Shemilori.
Ire and Shemilori. So what class are you in, by the way?
I'm going to just 3D section.
That's so beautiful. So how did they treat you like celebrities? Like a celebrity, rather?
Most time, when I'm coming to school, most time, when I get to the class, they'll be like, oh, Rio Saks. sax.
That's so beautiful.
Thank
and
you.
does it make you feel any different?
Yes, I feel celebrated.
I love that. I mean, you've earned it, so hone it.
Yeah.
That's so beautiful. And then what else? Your teachers?
Not really. Not really, ma.
That's beautiful. That's
Thank you, ma.
beautiful. And then do you enjoy school? What subject do you like or love most?
I love mathematics.
That's so beautiful. Mathematics.
Yes, ma.
I thought you were going to say music.
Oh, no.
That's so beautiful.
Thank
So,
you, ma.
are you going to pursue this
Yes,
as a
ma.
career? You
Yes,
intend
ma.
to? Oh,
Yes,
okay.
ma.
Okay. That's so beautiful.
Thank
So,
you.
Daddy, I want to talk about the entertainment world and the effect of fame, child fame, when it comes to how they perceive it over time. You know, sometimes you get a lot of accolades, and then sometimes, like you said, the industry is so quiet for certain people, and then you feel, oh, you're not making headway and all of that. So I want to talk about the emotional effect that may have on her. Are there things or steps that you have taken as a parent?
There is error in our upbringings. That's why we have emotional issues. If you have been trained, stabilized, when challenges comes, you will stabilize. Example, just like the fame thing. If you have not seen fame as Van Damme, like the fame will not affect you. You live your life as a normal person. Personally, when I'm rich, you don't know. When I'm broke, you don't know. Sincerely, because if I'm blessed with 10 million today, you will not know, because I will not do past what I'm doing before. And if I don't have 10 million, if I have 1 naira in my account, you will not know. So that is a life that we need to train ourselves with. So she has been trained to be like a normal child. It's just that we try to avoid some things, like a family engagement now. We have a family function. Sometimes I don't encourage her to go. Reasons being that I don't want to create some enmity. How? If they say, Rafael, come and go and grind this pepper, I cannot accommodate that, being a celebrity. But they may not have the mentality to understand that she's not our child, can't we send her? That's where we have enmity. So I just give excuse she's not available. That is wisdom. So those are part of the things that we just do in order that we know what we are carrying, we know what we are selling. So others may not know. We are the one in the shoe. We are the one that need to secure what we have. We are the one that needs to celebrate and polish it. So seeing it grows to the level she can be making some decisions, and they can see her like the star that she's really, the African mentality are so poor. They can say, so I cannot send her to go and buy something there again. And I always tell my wife, if she's born into a royal family, there's nothing like Orofe. They see her as a queen or as a prince. So you treat them well, but this mentality is, instead of us celebrating each other in family, we envy, is it because she's now playing? So those are the things. But she has been trained. There's nothing like celebrity mentality. I'm a child. I'm just being privileged. So we have said that and over into hello. They're like other children, but you have just been privileged. You cannot be playing the way other children are playing outside. You cannot be running up and down, but still you are like them. The privilege you have is that you are celebrating, but don't abuse anybody, don't take advantage on anybody because of that. You are like other people.
Yeah.
So
that's so beautiful. So where does mommy come in all of this?
Wow.
Does she do music as well?
She was required in church,
So mommy sings.
She sings very well, very well. But she's the brain. We have something we call backbone. She's actually she's the person that have made everything so easy. You have a wife that is so understanding, not too demanding. It should be easy for you to like, okay, I want to have a new direction. Because if she has not been supportive, all this one I say I have to leave other things I'm doing to put to a film track. It should not be possible.
Mommy, we are saying thank you to you wherever you are. I'm sure you're going to see this interview. Thank you, ma.
So she has been very, very supportive, and when you have a submissive wife, that whatever you decide, she follows. And my gratitude to God is that God gives me mouth because there's result. So I can say, when I said, can you see what is now? So
that's so beautiful. So How much do you charge?
Wow.
Can you just give us an average of how much you charge?
We charge based on the event.
The events.
And the location.
Okay.
You know the way it is. It depends on our cost of production.
Okay.
We call it logistics.
Yes.
If I have to go to Abuja now for a birthday party, I cannot charge the same way I will charge a birthday party in Lagos. Because I cannot go to Abuja by road because of the security and stuff. I have to fly to Abuja.
Yes.
And to fly, we know how expensive that is. And I still have to lodge. If I'm not come back, definitely I cannot come back that day if I travel. So those are the logistics that determine the charges. So the charges is not like a fixed charge.
But if we want to call Oriofe, we don't have to break the bank, do we?
No.
Okay.
Just
so
like I've already said, we are still on the page of exposure. We need more exposure. We need more exposure. When the time
people
comes,
out there would want to know. Okay, so how
it's
to
not
be
about
Oriofe, the high end,
But still, it's not cheap.
It's
because
not cheap.
Anybody that know what it means to invest. You know that when you have invested, you expect a return.
Okay.
But still, you don't have to go and break bank before we have us for engagement.
That's so beautiful. How do we reach out to you if we want to reach out to you? Do you have an outfit in Ibadan? Where is it?
Yes, we have an office at Olugwaru. Sorry, I said Olugwaru. That was where we were before relocating to our site. Okay. So we are at Igboloni.
Okay.
So we have online contact to engage. We have at Oriofe Sachs on Instagram.
Oriofe Sachs?
At Oriofe Sachs on Instagram, on TikTok, and on Facebook. Same thing at Oriofe Sachs.
Okay. What about your number? Please, can you drop it?
Our number is 080 34 27 0542.
I know Oriofe is always available.
Always.
Okay.
Because
so
this
beautiful.
is, sometimes people ask questions, isn't it affecting our education probably when it is school set time and you have engagement? If I have had somebody that called me before during the school day and said, the school day can affect, I said, she will. What of school? I said, no, don't say what of school. This is her main career. The school is backup. Even if she's still studying music, she's already in the music. Those are part of the mistakes we make. Career and education. I have a lot of celebrities that first pursue career before going back to school. It's not up to 4 years now that they just graduated from school. He has been making millions.
Yes.
In fact, he can easily pay for. In fact, when I wanted to marry, I told my wife, I'm not going to pay for any child's university school fee. She was like, what am I trying to? I said, calm down. I'm not saying I will not be responsible. But what I mean is that I would have empowered them, because I sense that when people are responsible to little bills, it helps them when they grow up. Like myself, when I was in school, I financed myself to school with this same music. And to God be the glory, I'm a graduate today. Even when I was in school, I was a president for my department. You didn't know that privilege. So I've seen that children being engaged in doing one or two things to earn and be responsible for themselves, help them in future. So
they know the value of
what
yes, exactly. I love that, and I've gotten one or two things to take home with. So your parting words, Oriofe, do you have anything to say to our viewers at home?
Okay, I'm going to move to the children watching me.
Thank you.
Please, I will kindly want to advise you, any talent you have, please try to be hardworking. There's a word that says practice makes perfect. Yes, that's right.
Thank you so much. Daddy?
Well, my word is to parents. I'm just encourage them to please, let's encourage our children. And I want to talk to parents that are not educated. Being educated and not being educated is not a disease. You have been blessed with a skill. I have many carpenters that cannot allow their children to stay at workshop. Your children can take it to another level with the education they have. We have many mechanics. They say, I want my child to be a doctor. Leave your child at the mechanic workshop. Let her go and study engineering. By the time the child will come back, your roadside mechanic workshop will become a company. So my advice is for the parents. If all parents can impact their children, we will not have more thugs on the road. Even government will be less stressed because everybody will be engaged. If you are engaged, you will not have time to go and destroy government property.
Exactly.
So I believe parents have a lot of work to do to help government in that area. We are all complaining there's no job, there's no job. My sister, there are jobs. Before I was giving back to people have been playing music. Before I gave back to her, people have been playing music. She still have her space. Another people will still come tomorrow. They still have their space. So let's parents try and empower their children with skill. It is very important.
Thank you
It is
so
very,
much.
very important.
Thank you
God
so
help
much.
us.
Thank you so much, sir. You've heard it all. You've heard how Daddy was able to find Oriofe's sweet spot. And you can reach out to him. We already dropped the numbers, and we're going to drop the details on the YouTube channel. Till we meet next time, thank you so much for listening to this beautiful interview and inspiring one as well. Bye for now. So Daddy, you're going to play for us. Oriofe, you're going to play.
Okay.
Thank you.